just getting underway. So much more action coming to you live all day from the Anaheim Convention Center at Blizzcon 2015. We've got all the action right here on the virtual ticket. We have to say we're back right now at the Blizz Couch, mainly because our next guest saw us at the Blizz Couch and he was supposed to be at the desk and was like, why am I not at the Blizz Couch? Hashtag awesome. Frank Pearce, Chief Development Officer, Blizzard Entertainment. Welcome to the Blizz Couch.
Thanks, Al.
We made it happen.
Good morning.
I know, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling today? It's a big BlizzCon.
I feel good. It's really exciting. The energy at BlizzCon is always unreal, right?
No,
Everyone's
right?
got such a positive attitude and is just happy to be here, and the energy level's always really high. Everyone's excited about everything they get to see. It's awesome.
Now, I was talking to Mike Morhaime yesterday morning, and this is your 9th BlizzCon, correct?
Correct.
And your very, very first BlizzCon was 10 years ago in 2005. And for you, as one of the co-founders, what has it been like for you to see this convention grow from then to now?
And even 10 years ago, it was a surreal experience, and I think maybe 10 years ago we maybe had 5,000 guests.
Oh man!
And
how many halls?
I think we only had 3 of the halls, and now we have all 5 halls, and they're expanding the convention center here. So if we continue to host here, maybe we can make it even bigger. But yeah, it's the tickets for the first year didn't sell out right away. They were available for days, if not like a week or more, and now the tickets just go like that, and they're so highly coveted. And
it's nuts. I know it's like sold out in a couple minutes. It's just insane.
Yeah.
And I believe at that convention, you guys were announcing the Burning Legion.
Burning Crusade.
Oh yeah, Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
And now we're at Legion.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
I think like so many, and now we have 6 games.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is it harder to prepare for a BlizzCon now that you would literally have 6 game franchises to talk about?
I think it depends on who you're asking, right? For me, like they gave me a media packet of information to talk with folks that was like this thick because they expect us to be able to talk about everything. But like Ben Brode, he only has to focus on Hearthstone, and Kaplan just has to think about Overwatch, and they're in their games day to day, so that stuff's I think pretty straightforward for them. The panels take a fair amount of preparation. Everyone that's here is our guest, and we want to make sure we deliver an amazing experience for them. So a lot of work goes into the panels, anything that we're doing on stage for the crew.
Well, it seems that Overwatch has so much hype behind it. Are you guys just playing it in the office non-stop or what? Because I know we are.
Heck yeah.
I wait to play when we have executive play sessions so that I can play with people that are more at my pace, my skill level. Because when we started doing the internal alpha, it very quickly became a Shark Tank. And for me, that's not particularly enjoyable.
Yeah.
But there are a ton of people. We're a ton of people at the office playing in alpha, and they're still playing. We're in closed beta, and it's really, really fun. And so for me, we've got the private game feature, which will be great for guys like me that don't have the Twitch skill. And
Totally.
Set up your own games.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the importance of being able to connect so intimately with your fan base here in a physical location, because virtual spaces where you guys, that's your bread and butter.
I like to talk about this all the time, right? It's a interaction with others is like a basic human need.
Right.
And I think the internet is really interesting the way it's made the world smaller, and so people establish relationships and have their interactions with people in those virtual spaces. And I think whether people understand it or recognize it or not, that online virtual space doesn't completely satisfy that need.
Yeah.
And so they come here, and we come here, and that last bit of that need is fulfilled here, where we all get to interact in real life.
That's so cool.
It's cool too, because I've heard so many stories from people, employees at Blizzard, who have met their significant others online playing World of Warcraft and whatnot. It's just amazing. And And a lot, too, that you guys do so much outreach for charities and kids that are in hospitals that are playing the games while they're on oncology wards, while they're just home, and they're able to connect with other people online.
Yeah, for a lot of people, if they have restriction, well, I mean, Michelle, you lived this, right? I mean, you know, a virtual space like Azeroth gives you the opportunity to participate in activities with your social circle and still feel like you're experiencing what the world has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, because last year we got to have a moment to be able to come to campus and talk about the charity auction, which is, I know, something near and dear to your heart. How long has the charity auction been going on?
That's a great question, Michelle. I'm not quite sure. I think we started doing the charity benefit maybe 2-3 years in, and it's really great. So on Thursday night, right before the show starts, we have some extremely passionate and generous Blizzcon guests and we host a cocktail hour with all the developers. It's very intimate. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And the proceeds of that are for the benefit of Children's Hospital Orange County, which is the local hospital that's serving our local community and the children that have needs here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, don't forget that the Blizzcon charity auction will run until November 13th, with all proceeds benefiting Children's Hospital of Orange County, like Frank just talked about. Absolutely. So make sure to check it out. There's some really cool stuff up there.
I saw
there is a Burning Crusade snowboard.
What?
Yeah, we back in the day, like we do all this experience, like all these samples, like merchandising samples, and we got some merchandising samples of Burning Crusade snowboard.
No way.
So like Metzen signed it, I signed it. Not that provides any value, but Mike signed it.
I think it provides a little value. Yes, people like that.
So it's a really neat piece.
That's so cool.
And it's really it's one of a kind.
Is it the only one in existence?
I think there were 3 or 4 of them.
Wow,
guys.
That's super limited right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got the Blood Elves on it. It's really neat.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that there was a Metzen sketch from 20 years ago of Hellscream, and I was like, I can't even imagine like giving away that piece of your own heritage, you know what I mean? But it's for such a great cause.
It is for an amazing cause. I was just over at the Children's Hospital of Orange County, and we were handing out gifts and everything to the kids at the hospital, and actually Activision Blizzard has handed us so many things to give away, so it's been awesome.
I view it as like it's a win-win-win, right? Like we were able to help a great cause with the proceeds. We're putting some really special pieces into the hands of some of our most passionate community members, and we're clearing out the storage space to make room for more stuff.
You've been accumulating a lot of stuff over the years, I can only imagine. So day two is just getting started. Day 1 is in the can. What are you looking forward to day 2?
Well, the Hearthstone finals, I think that stuff is awesome. But I mean, for me, Lincoln Park is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen them before, and they put on an awesome show.
You guys
they
always
really do.
Knock it out of the park with the closing shows. I'm so jazzed.
I know. And you know what? You were just talking about Hearthstone. Are you still posting your decks on Twitter?
I haven't been. I apologize. I know.
Because I remember for a while there.
So Hearthstone has this steep learning curve, and so online Hearthstone, it feels like a bit of a Shark Tank for me too, because there's so much complexity to the game, and I just don't have the time to understand all of the meta around it, and so the adventures are much more my speed. It gives me plenty of time to chew on it, think about it, and so I was posting my decks on Twitter for the heroic decks that I was using for those encounters, and
I think you'll do it for League of Adventure. League of Explorers?
I will, yeah. I'll redo that for League of Explorers, but really, BlizzCon is such a huge event. It takes months and months to prepare, and I'm pretty sure that my decline in that activity corresponded to upswing in activity around BlizzCon preparation.
You guys start planning just in January, right? The moment this is basically over?
We've already been talking about what's next, right? And when and where and all that. We have to start thinking about it before this show's even over. It's a full, at least a year of preparation to do something of this scale and magnitude now.
I was assuming that Monday on the Blizzard campus was just like, hey, pina coladas for everybody. Kick off the heels.
Well, not this week, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Legacy of the Void is launching on Tuesday.
My gosh, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is this is a great week to be a Blizzard player.
Yeah.
Because we've got BlizzCon and we've got the pre-sales for Overwatch,
Right.
pre-sales for Legion, and
New heroes for Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, everything going on. And
League of Explorers is coming out.
It's crazy.
And so, great week to be a Blizzard player, and an exciting week to be a part of the Blizzard crew, but a tremendous amount of work and anxiety to be part of the Blizzard crew.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Frank Pearce. Speaking of big day, we got a huge day of esports today. So let's take a look at Malik over in the arena for a preview of today's events. What's going on over there, Malik?
Thanks, guys. It is Grand Finals day, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I am fighting back, urinating on myself in excitement. We're going to have 4 world champions by the conclusion of this evening. Now, I know a lot of you guys were consuming all the amazing Blizzard announcements that came yesterday, so let's take a second to focus on some of the esports competition that's happening on Championship Day, starting with World of Warcraft. We have SK Gaming going against Skill Cap. Skill Cap, they were the runner-ups in last year's tournament. They'll be looking to redeem themselves and bring the championship back to the middle of the map. Moving on to Hearthstone, we have Tice, the Dutchman deck lord, going one-on-one with Ascata, and on the other side of the bracket, No will be squaring off with the last remaining North American Hearthstone player, Hotform. Heroes of the Storm is a bit of a special tournament though, because this tournament is the first ever World Championship for Heroes of the Storm, and we have the US champions squaring off against the Korean champions on one end of the bracket. On the other end of the bracket, we have a rematch of the European Championship. We have a Na'Vi going against Team Dignitas, and that's going to be an interesting match because I told you guys earlier, do not sleep on those European teams. Now, let's take a second to talk about that epic match between Life and that epic match between, there's a StarCraft Legacy of the Void panel going on behind me. It's completely throwing me off. Let's take a look at that Innovation and Life match yesterday though. Innovation looked like he had it, but then out of nowhere, Life must have come out of nowhere and downloaded him completely, downloaded his playbook, had every move that he was going to do, telegraphed, completely onslaughted him, swarmed him with all of the Zerglings, all of the Lings. Innovation was flabbergasted. This is the best StarCraft player in the world, completely dumbfounded, and it goes to show you that Life, he's going for blood. He wants to repeat. He wants that world championship once again. And Life, he doesn't have an easy road. He still has to get through Classic. On the other side of the bracket, SOS is going to be squaring off against Brode. Now, there's still a lot of competition going on. We have the Hearthstone semifinals and the Heroes of the Storm semifinals that are just kicked off. I'm gonna go check those out right now. I don't wanna miss any of that. So I'm gonna kick this back to Michelle and Alex at the Blizz Couch. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Malik. All the links. Gosh, Life is killing it, man.
Dude, he was so, I can't even imagine. And Malik was so jacked up this morning after what happened. I mean, I can't even imagine. I hope his head does not explode during all this esports stuff.
I know, right? And there's going to be more, but in just a few minutes, we're going to be having senior Hearthstone designer Ben Brode joining us. But first, let's take a look at the newest Hearthstone expansion. It's combining all the fun of playing Hearthstone with the excitement of exploring ancient ruins, avoiding deadly traps, and searching for deadly or hidden treasure. Ooh. Maybe deadly treasure, who knows?
Potentially.
It's time to join the League of Explorers.
So the League of Explorers is all about travel,
treasure,
exploration,
adventure,
and searching for the Staff of Origination and bringing it back on home to the Hall of Exploration in Ironforge. We love the idea of the pulp adventure from the 1920s.
From newsreels from years past to films of old.
Exploring ancient temples.
What's that around the corner?
And going into ancient ruins.
It's old and sort of dusty.
Avoiding deadly traps.
And using their ingenuity and knowledge of things past by which to save themselves.
Is the cave falling?
Mike, I'll save you.
And fighting their way through jungles.
Finding great adventures and trying to overcome them in ways you've never seen before.
And it's just so fun for us to get to explore it. We have 4 awesome characters that are part of the League of Explorers. And first we have Bran Bronzebeard, the dwarven leader of the group.
I'm a dwarf.
Which means that he's really cool.
And he's my uncle. I'm the tallest one in the family.
We also have Reno Jackson, who's powerful and capable, but a little bit on the greedy side.
Reno's been everywhere and he's done everything. He likes to find treasure,
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
which is really important because you get rich when you find treasure.
Definitely wouldn't want to meet him in real life.
Gold, monkey. Wow.
Another important character is Elise Starseeker, and she's sort of the brains of the operation.
Very formal and very proper.
Kind of keeps everybody on course and
Seems to be the only one who really knows what's going on.
She has maps from all over Azeroth and always gets them exactly where they need to go. Lastly, we have Sir Finley Murgleton.
Translated to Murloc, it's
Bob, if you translate it.
So the mechanic of League of Explorers is very often you're going to be presented with 3 random cards.
Something like Ragnaros.
The big scary minions.
everyone's looking for the golden monkey.
I want to see lots of gold and shiny rubies.
You get to make decisions on the fly.
All 3 of them are going to be enticing, and you're only going to get one choice.
So it's like trying to choose your favorite candy.
You gotta weigh the benefits and the costs and the reward.
Because no matter what choice you do, they're all going to be good.
So there's a lot of strategic depth relating to making the right one choice.
I usually just flip a coin.
It sounds a little crazy, but it's actually super skill testing, which is one of the reasons we're so excited about it. And that's what the League of Explorers is all about. So we're looking forward to all of the adventures you have in the League of Explorers.
Hi guys, we are so excited for the League of Explorers. I can't wait to play it.
It's going to be fantastic.
And joining us right now on the Blizz Couch is Ben Brode, Senior Designer of Hearthstone. Ben, what's up? Welcome.
Welcome to the couch.
It feels good. The couch
Doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good? Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
It's good.
So I have to ask you, sir, about Sir Finley Murgleton. I have literally lost my junk when I heard about Sir Finley Murgleton.
He did.
The concept of not just doing a regular dungeon or raid straight from World of Warcraft and this sort of, I mean, I don't want to say esoteric, but this sort of concept of getting out of you're competing against a big bad guy and into I'm escaping falling ruins and things like that. Was this something that came to you just before League of Explorers, or is this something that you guys were like, we can do a lot more stuff here? Like, how early did this concept come to you guys?
It's funny because we had actually been brainstorming this kind of pulpy, adventure-y feeling mission style for a very long time.
Yeah.
Before Hearthstone was even a 3D game, when we were just prototyping the game.
Really?
Back in 2011, we had a prototype of the mission that we're showing here at BlizzCon,
Whoa.
where you're adventuring through and making hard choices, and it was cool because we had all that in the back of our minds, and then we were brainstorming what to do for the new adventure. We knew we wanted to surprise people. We wanted to become a little different, and we were talking to Metzen, and Metzen was like, there's a faction in World of Warcraft that we didn't. It's in there, but we haven't really shined a huge spotlight on it. And it's really fun. It's really different. The Explorers League. This league of dwarves who are searching for answers in their history and their origins.
Yes, everything in Ironforge.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we had these missions that we had done a long time ago, and we were like, oh, this is the perfect time. Let's totally blow this out, make it a huge thing in Hearthstone, and then use all these missions that we had been sitting on for a long time, like trying to find the right time to get into the game. It was kind of a perfect combination.
Now, at the same time, because you guys are creating this, you're expanding upon lore that's in the game, but also it seems like you're creating all these new characters as well, outside of Bran. Who's an existing character. You have someone like Elise Starseeker, who immediately stuck out to me because she seems like she's the real brains behind the entire operation. And it says directly on her card, the mastermind behind countless successful League operations. Which to me sounds like she's been in this for a while and potentially could be continuing to go on and do this.
Yeah, so she's been on just a ton of expeditions. She's created huge amounts of maps and charts, and she's been basically everywhere. And so now she can, disseminate those maps and orchestrate a big effort for the League of Explorers. She's a super powerful explorer in her own right, and I didn't cover in the panel yesterday, but the Fourth Wing, she's really kind of the spotlight for the kind of home space defense for the League of Explorers, and she'll be orchestrating the defensive efforts there as you fight a new threat.
Yeah.
So she's a really interesting character for us. She also adds, one of the things I like about unlikely team-ups is when you have a lot of different silhouettes, and I love the image of the 4 explorers standing together on the pedestal in the cinematic, and it's such a great vista, at least kind of standing tall over, because
I love her. I immediately was like, oh, that's my girl. And she's got such a great power too. I mean, just being able to shuffle the map into your deck and then reshuffle the golden monkey in. And I've been reading online, some of the people have been like, well, that's going to be too slow to play. But I could see that being in like a druid deck. I could see that being in, a control warrior deck. We could see it playing in a lot of different decks that card could come up pretty quick and then just change everything to legendary.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to change the game when that happens. It's a pretty tough quest to go on, so we wanted the payoff to be huge. I mean, even aside from its battle cry, it's a 4-mana 6/6 with toss. It's pretty powerful.
Wow.
You have to go through the quest to find the golden monkey. But when you get there, it changes everything. I mean,
sure, most
of the legendary minions are pretty big, and they have a pretty big impact.
You think?
A little bit.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments of, I think it was in actually the opening ceremony, when the card was shown, and you could hear people sort of like reading it to themselves, and then there was sort of this like scuttlebutt of like a couple people sort of getting it but not understanding it, and then the moment that you actually showed what happened, the whole place went crazy, and it was almost like they were like, well, that can't mean what it says. You know what I mean? And then as soon as everything changed, they were just like, it means what it says, and they got up, left. It was crazy.
Well, we really care a lot about making the animations and effects and sound be really amazing. And this time at the end of this adventure, we said, look, we have a great team of artists. You guys can do whatever you want for a week. You can do anything. You can make any effect you want in the game. And so one of our artists was like, I'm making the golden monkey amazing. I'm just going to do it. And she went nuts and just started having the monkey face breathing on your cards. It's great.
Now, are these cards, when they start rolling out, when we're doing arena picks, are we going to see these legendaries and these explorers pop up potentially in arena?
Yes. So as each wing comes out, those cards from that wing will be available in the arena. Once all the wings have been unleashed, we will increase the drop rate of those cards in the arena as well. So you'll at that point actually see a lot more cards from the League of Explorers.
It's cool, but too, because the discover element kind of reminds me a lot of when you're picking an arena deck. Were you guys inspired by that?
Yes, but the actual true root of the inspiration was a tavern brawl we started working on basically a year ago. It's called Captain Blackheart's Treasure, and we tried to release it a few weeks ago and failed and had to go back to web spinners. But
all right.
It's coming back in a couple weeks, and it was such a fun tavern brawl for us, where basically instead of drawing a card, we just show you 3 random cards, you choose one, and you draw that instead.
Oh,
so it gives you
every turn.
So it gives you a little bit more choice over what you draw, but you're not building your deck, so you don't know what is actually going to be part of those 3 things. So it's interesting. It's a little bit more random, but a little bit more skill. And we loved it. We thought it was awesome. And when we were thinking about new keywords for the League of Explorers, we just felt like getting this into constructed games feels too cool. We got to do it.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? With Grand Tournament. A lot of people talking about how the RNG being a big factor with competition play. It seems like this still has a little bit of that RNG in it, but at the same time, way more strategy with being presented by 3. And it's not 3 cards from your deck, correct? It's
not like it's tracking. It's not like tracking.
No, this is a good example of a case where randomness and skill are not on a continuum. You don't necessarily reduce skill by adding more randomness. So we've added some randomness, but also the skill to choose the right card here.
Oh, yeah.
And play a card that you may not have played with before, and you have to solve new problems.
Yeah.
This is definitely a skill-intensive mechanic that also adds more randomness.
I actually tested it because I decided to do one arena run where I just only picked the very first card every single time, just to see.
How did that work?
Horrible.
I was so expecting
I lost
to be like,
so hard.
It's not so bad.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah, don't do that at home,
It is
kid.
very important. Some people try to say, oh, well, it's just luck and whatnot. No, if you don't actually pick the correct cards and making sure you have the correct curve on something in arena deck, you're still going to have a tough time.
It's true, and randomness often will put you in a situation you've never been in before.
Yeah.
There's some new card, and you get it off Web Spinner, and you're like, how do I use this to win the game?
Yeah.
And the best players are the best at determining how to turn a situation they've never been in into a victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. What deck are you playing these days?
I've been. I tried to experiment. The season reset. I went back down to rank like 16 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, time to play. So I made a Major Domo mage deck with secrets and dragons and Inspire minions, and I went all the way down to rank 20.
You sound. At first, I was sounding like you were.
I know. I was like,
I know. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it did.
Not really.
Did.
Not great.
Oh,
so I've been playing
God.
some Dragon Priest. I've been playing a couple different Hunter decks. I'm trying to get lock and load.
I'm hoping you're playing some Hunter decks.
Yeah, I gotta get back. I've been trying to play the sort of the secret Paladin decks. Have been my bread and butter. So I gotta get back and do a lot more of that. But I'm excited, and the best part is people are gonna be able to play this very soon.
I know, it's crazy, right? When have we ever done anything like this?
I know.
It's Thursday.
And we just got to say congratulations to you and your team, because you guys consistently pump out awesome content, and you all seem like the happiest, most enjoyable. Whenever I go to the Blizzard campus, I'm like, Hearthstone area, because you guys are all having fun.
It is fun. We're on one giant room together, so there's no escaping anyone else. So you got to make sure that everyone's awesome, and everyone's awesome. The team is great.
That's amazing. Ben Brode, thank you so much for coming and sitting on the Blizz couch.
Thanks for
and
having
good
me.
luck for the rest of the day. It's not even over yet.
Yeah,
oh my God. So we've got the World of Overwatch panel coming up at the bottom of the hour, but first we're going to take a look at the unique art style of this upcoming game. Let's check in with the design team to see how they created this spectacular, one-of-a-kind world.
Creating the art style of Overwatch was a huge challenge for us, just because it was something very new for Blizzard. Coming with something that was not only new and fresh, but also fit into Blizzard's family of art styles was pretty challenging up front.
The Overwatch art style is all about like a very handcrafted, colorful tone filled with like unique heroes.
One of the key art pieces that was done for Overwatch is that lineup shot where all the heroes are kind of lined up. That shot helped bring the team together to really understand the direction of this new project.
I just love the imagination of it, sci-fi with a hint of alternate reality.
We really focus on shape and color. We have exaggerated silhouettes, dynamic poses, vibrant colors.
The imagination of a fantasy world is really intriguing to me. Creating something people have never seen before.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
So as the art director on Overwatch, my job is more overseeing the entire continuity of the project. And there's different teams that have different tasks.
The ideas come from so many different places. Design inspires art and vice versa. If I was just there sitting in a vacuum by myself and trying to bring ideas to life, I don't think I'd get very far. I think it's really about the team channeling the team's energy and excitement. And I really like how organic that type of development is. Finding out the relationships between different heroes really helps the art sing, because the art is just another pretty picture without all that stuff behind it. So I think having such a creative team of developers putting all that stuff behind the art really helps us do our job.
Readability is really important, especially in a really fast-paced game like Overwatch. When we build the levels and the heroes, you can tell which direction the heroes are going. We want to be able to tell when a hero is using an ability, for example.
Overwatch has been an awesome ride. This has been such an exciting project for me, and something that just really sings to just my sensibilities and everything I'm passionate about.
We really want to have like a really handcrafted feel where it has a really style to it. It's not realistic, and it takes people to another place. And I love just being part of that.
Wow, so much great Overwatch action coming up. I mean, I'm so deep into that game. It's not even funny.
Overwatch.
I know. Well, speaking of Overwatch, let's poke over to Hall D for the World of Overwatch panel. Enjoy. We'll see you in a bit.